I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy, or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark! Don't forget Gerry!
Hi, I'm Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. Way less friends lately.
Yeah, we lost a couple.
Well, we wanted to talk to you about some stuff.
What's going on? What did I do this time?
It's not your breath, right, guys? Not his breath.
No, not
You have a smell, though.
at the moment.
It's my ass breath.
Don't you hate it when your ass breath drives your friends away?
Yeah.
No, you should try Boweltoids.
Sir Richard is still out.
Yep.
We don't know
Dead.
when he's coming back.
Dead
or
as
when
a
Jerry's
dead.
coming
Death.
back. Sir Richard is not coming back.
Sir Richard went
It's
Well,
D&D. Anything could
that's
happen.
True. Okay. And Sarah's gone for a little bit, but let's jump in.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back soon.
She'll be back, yeah.
Was that Vin Diesel
when the
doing
Wieners
Arnold?
knew.
That was Bruce Willis.
And
She went out to the coast.
I've got competition.
So I saw Vin Diesel,
Yeah, what do you
but there was no opportunity to talk to him. It would have been super fucking weird if I did.
Where were you
It
guys?
was
Like
one of
Chuck
the-
E. Cheese?
Could you link me on my podcast?
but close. It turns out he has a kid that goes to the same school that my kid goes to.
Uh-huh.
And we're
DeVry?
both walking down the hill, and he's with his lady and his kid, and his lady falls down this grass hill, or just slips and then falls.
Perfect opportunity.
Oh my
Brian.
God! As they're getting in their car, it would have been very easy for me to say,
Your girlfriend's clumsy?
She didn't make her.
Oh, yeah. Dex roll.
Her text roll. And he would have gone,
Plus two
what?
stilettos of whoopsing.
Yeah. But I didn't say
You could have just called him Melkor.
Could have. Had I remembered that was his character name. First of all, we've got a donor, official donor. We'll sign the little sheet and send it off to, I'm going to butcher this so hard, Eric. I got it. Yay.
Yeah, we did
Eric.
it. Thanks, Eric.
Eric!
Thank you.
Carfagna.
Sure.
Carfagna.
Sure.
Carfagna.
That works.
Carfagna.
Yeah, okay.
Love it.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
He's in Massachusetts.
Yes, he is.
So thanks, Eric, from Massachusetts.
What did he donate? Before I thank Eric, I want to know how thankful I am. What did he donate?
Bunch.
A lot.
Sweet. Thanks, Eric.
I got to pretend Sark's peeking.
A grip.
And then here are the people that have approached me at my live stand-up shows and given me cash, and then I make them write their names on it.
God, I wish I could see this happen. I really want to see this happen.
I love that it's going to go back in circulation, though.
It
And we'll
seems-
go,
Yeah.
oh, this is
and then
it's a
there's-
nerd poker dollar.
Yeah, it says Nerd Poker on it. This one says, hi, Sark. Sarah, Brian, Blaine.
Hey, wait a minute.
What the fuck?
On a 10
That's not
spot.
nice. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they only gave us 10.
Dude, that's awesome, though. There's so much nerd poker money floating around now.
Yeah. Sweet.
Just random small bills with nerd poker written on it. I hope I get one someday.
You can find actual dice dust on some of them.
Yes, you can. We got and Krusty Jizzan. We got Connor Doyle. Big donation from Connor.
Arthur Conan Doyle?
Sure,
Thanks, Connor.
Connor Doyle for big donations. Ben Scott. Danielle.
name's terrific.
Yep. That's all they gave me.
Love it.
Ben Scott.
Oh, Ben and Scott. Oh, I thought it was some guy named Ben Scott.
No, I wish. That would be great.
This is, by the way, being read out of a tiny notebook that Brian carries with him places to jot just this kind of thing
Yep.
down.
Danielle and Emerson, and they said hi to everyone, and that Deadpool rules.
Nice.
Tom Dannon from Beat the Geeks.
Love your
You know
yoga.
Oh,
that guy, Blaine?
I know Tom Dana.
at midnight when I was there. He gave me some money. Greg McGarry, he is a pyro gnome, or plays one.
Right on.
Okay.
Named Northrop Grummond. Northrop Grummond. It's named after a
Northrop
tech
Grumman
corp.
is a exactly.
His pyro
Don't they make
gnome is
jets?
named Northrop Grumman. That's
And
amazing.
the best one,
That's an excellent.
if I can find it,
I thought the Pyro Gnome was when two hobbits enter, one hobbit leave.
Oh yeah.
oh, Blaine.
We don't need another hero. Hey,
I found this one.
Why don't you remind everybody who runs Bod Attack?
Read what this says, Sark.
Okay, I'm holding a $20 bill. On the back of it, it says, "Andrew Dubin is a dick."
Yep.
Fuck Andy Dubin.
Yep.
That's
They
on the
wouldn't give
currency.
me their name. They just wanted to write that.
Wanted to
And
talk shit.
You know what?
Take that, Andrew Dubin.
That was worth
Andy
$20
Dubin
to
is a
somebody.
dick.
Yep. I think it's pretty
Fan
funny.
fucking
I
tastic.
paid $20 for that.
I think there's a second revenue stream starting right here.
Shout outs and insults.
If you
want
hate
$20.
somebody, if you want us to say something about your friend,
This is like
write it on
It's
some
gonna be
money.
the Big Three podcast.
Yeah.
$10 shout out.
Because nothing is worse, really, than getting shit on by D&D players. Nothing.
It's like Whisper.com, except we shouted at people.
Worse than a nerd.
So what happened last time?
All right, so I was telling Blaine just before we started recording that there was some interesting observations. Somebody on the Earwolf forums observed that you guys were actually part of a heist, which was absolutely what I had in mind when I started
Right.
putting this little rat escapade together. But they made one connection further that I hadn't, and that you guys are now the Rat Pack doing a heist, and then that linked into an Ocean's 11. I was like, no, this is going a little too far. But yeah, you guys are
Strength is 11.
involved right now in a bit of a little a heist would be a good way to put it. Although it's more of a
caper?
yeah, because you're not trying to steal anything. Your current mission is you need to get the poison sugar cubes that Blackie is tugging behind him on a little like freight car.
It's an infiltration.
Yeah, into Gore's food. Gore being the shaman leader of the man rats,
Right.
and in the hopes that killing him in a similar way to how you killed the Nar earlier, their guard dog, will end your curse. That's the concept. So.
Unless Marge Simpson is the head vampire.
That's right. So when we left off, you guys had, you'd broken into 3 teams. You were invisible,
Shirts, skins, and undecided.
and each of you had two rats from the ex-dwarf, now rat colony helping you out. So there's 9 of you total. And we had left off. We wanted to stop the episode, but we didn't. We continued on through the beginning of your distraction, and that's where we're going to pick things up. There's 3 chefs. I'm using that term.
Chefs.
Yeah, loosely, but three man rats in here preparing food. One of them is boiling up a pot of something awful over an open flame in a cauldron. One of them is washing dishes by scraping them clean with his hands, and one of them was chopping potatoes and carrots and shit into a bowl. And you, Damien, had moved in with your little squad to distract the guy at the cauldron, and you had done so by flipping a spoon up over his shoulder. It had hit the guy cutting the vegetables. He'd chopped his finger off into his weird potato salad bowl.
Oh, I was going to get this place a B.
And we had just left off. They had started shouting at each other, pointing fingers, blaming each other for the injury and stirring up trouble. And that's where we left off. Now, some things to remember is at the moment you are out of communication. You've been communicating via like taps and whispers, but right now you've separated and
disturbance.
you're invisible, so you can't see each other. Blackie, you're sort of waiting at the door, hoping for, basically waiting for the opportunity to get your your payload to the target. So it's going to be sort of just on you. There can't be too much discussion between you guys right now because you can't actually communicate in the game. So you're just sort of waiting for what you think is the right moment. And then, Bart, you're playing support, sort of. So this distraction has gone down, and you're in the room as well. So I think that's probably a good place to start. Damien just flipped the spoon around, and they're fighting. So we'll just sort of start with you, Bart, and see if you wanted to amplify this distraction at all. I know the idea was to try and get him out, and you did get the guy at the cauldron to turn away from the cauldron, but he didn't leave. He's now standing in the middle of this kitchen area arguing with the salad chopper.
I think it's something I can grab something and lead them out, or... How about if I set one of their pants on fire? Just like give him a hot foot, or blow fire on the cuff of his pants.
I'm trying to think. We want to make sure that you don't break invisibility until you want to, though.
Yeah,
That's an attack,
is that an
right?
attack?
It might be, especially if you set him on fire directly. If you could
If I set something else on fire,
then
sure. Is there something? Is there some
that
sort of
seems
trash
very
around?
sort of like dodgy rules, but I mean, I could.
It's not an attack.
It makes sense to me. So
It's more to distract.
yeah. I mean, there's the pot with the open flame underneath it.
You're saying I can't use my own flame
you have
to
your
light
little
something. Yeah.
rat dragon.
Yeah, so if there's like a scrap of paper or something, a wrapper from some food.
Do you want to set this just on the floor? You could set it's not right next to him, but it is the pile of bags and skins and stuff
I'd like him to run out of the room, hopefully. So I'd rather not set a fire in there. Although I guess setting a fire in the room. No, I think I'd rather set him on fire.
Okay, so that might take a little setup. Okay. There's not something like conveniently that would...
There's no sort of wrapper or something around that I can find, so a scrap of paper.
You could carry something
Little
over,
Wayne,
but it
maybe?
won't be... it'll be something like, imagine if a tiny little fire was set on you, you could immediately swat it out.
Right.
So to get the effect you're after, he'd have to be like doused in some...
Right.
What about breathing fire directly onto his rat taint?
Yeah, I mean...
Like Crisp's asshole. That would get his attention.
You can just...
But I'm going to lose invisibility.
You can play... you could go big with this just as long as losing the invisibility is worth it in that moment. So...
Well, if you're saying it's going to just light a little fire, then even an attack won't matter.
Right.
Is there something I can knock over? Is that pot? Is there some way I can reach that pot?
Let's see.
I don't want to knock that pot over, actually, because that's the food being prepared.
Yeah, and it's just super. It's like literally on an iron hanger. So, I mean, the most flammable thing in the room is the pile of bags and skins that Damien ran up to get on his counter. That would set a pretty good.
Will they be
blaze.
able to hear my voice if I yell?
Yeah.
I'm going to run to the outside of the room and yell, "Hey, come here."
Oh, okay. All right. So you're going to run over.
I'm going to run beyond them
Okay.
to the exit of the kitchen.
Okay.
And call for them. Make
Okay.
some noise.
So now this may require some. Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
I'm flying, right? I've been flying.
Yeah, and you're dragging this little like leather rectangle filled with it looks like you look like a flatbed truck being pulled by an invisible rat.
Well, you know
we've all
what,
seen that.
guys? Looks like we got us a convoy.
And I had you before. You were sort of staying up at this as high as you
staying
could
away
be
from.
to try and
I
be.
didn't. Yeah, not avoiding the spiders.
All right. So, you're gonna you and your squad team Bravo is gonna scoot around, go to the edge,
Another Team IFC,
and you're gonna call out.
Team Oprah
All right.
Free Network.
And you just say, "Hey, look over here."
Yeah, hey, come over here.
All right.
Just outside of the room.
Right. Okay. So there, the three man rats are all arguing, and it would be convenient if they just started killing each other, but it's not that level of heat in the argument. You guys scuttle over to the edge. A little quick whisper back and forth, the count in, and the three of you all go, "Hey, come over here!"
That's adorable.
You hear this, Blackie, basically right beneath you. So you're going to have to act quick in reaction to this. But you see the argument stops as if someone hit the mute button. And all three guys rats look at the door and look at each other and look at the door.
I just sort of do a little a delicate little flip.
Okay, wait. Before you do that, so you got to get across the kitchen. You're at the entrance to the kitchen, and they're all looking to you. So you're going to have to get your payload through the door.
I thought there were two entrances. There was an entrance and an exit to this kitchen.
There's the door you came in. You could get through. Blackie could get through where the wall isn't complete. It's like a bar where like a cafeteria style.
But that's where I'm sort of trying to distract them to.
Okay, so then that could be your play, Blackie, is flying through the open wall, sort of.
Sure.
Okay, so the three guys look to the door. It's the same door that you came in.
Okay.
And let me roll right now and see just how successful this was. Oh, we have our dice castle back.
Oh, that's my favorite Robbie Benson movie.
Well, we have a set of show dice now.
Oh, hello.
These guys sent along too.
Oh, very nice.
Aren't they nice?
Show 20s.
Whoa,
Wow,
what are
very
these? We're looking at
Those are
some
all
new
custom fancy
some new
20s.
D20s here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, very
Where's
nice.
that from?
From Ron Boggs,
Thanks, Ron.
QWorkshop.com. Hopefully
Love it.
these will bring some fresh luck to the party.
Seriously.
Yeah, they are all 20s. I didn't notice that. Yeah.
These are really cool. They're like
Very
carved. The
Yeah,
numbers
they're
are
really
like
neat.
relief.
And they look like shit from the Evil Dead or something.
Yeah.
They kind of look a little spooky.
Okay, so you shout. Everyone, everyone
Ron.
stops.
Yeah, thanks, Ron.
And,
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to use these from now on. I think when I need a D20.
Yeah, aren't they
those
great?
are cool. Two of the rats move to the door. The other one, the one who's injured, he stays by his bowl there in the center of the room, sort of nursing and sucking on the end of his finger.
Hot.
The other two move to the door. So it's not the perfect opportunity, but you could just hustle through. You could just blitz the soup pot, and pour the stuff in. They don't seem too concerned with hygiene. So you're basically Blackie. Now you're looking at the kitchen. There's one man rat in the middle, nursing his finger. The other two have moved to the door and are looking perplexed up and down the hallway.
All right,
so real quick, there's
This is your end.
there's the opportunity to make your move before they spot you in the hall. So you'll have to dip under through the open wall and just sort of blitz it, I guess. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of barnstorm it. I'm going to
Okay.
go straight for it and then get as low as I can and then flip over the little pad there and empty the stuff into the pot.
All right, so I'm going to roll and see if the guy in the middle is perceptive enough to
Go,
see
Gadget
you.
Poison.
And we're going to move away
Would you
from where
believe
we made the
ricin?
noise. So
Right.
that if they come towards us, we're going to be gone from where they're looking.
Okay. Okay, so that works out really well, actually, for you, Blackie. You duck under, just sort of crossing your little rat fingers that you can at least get the stuff into the pot before the guy catches on. But he's so concerned with having cut the end of his finger off, he doesn't even see you buzz just right over his head along the ceiling. Both of you guys, Damien and Bart, you can't see Blackie because he's invisible, but you see the little sugar tray truck dip down into the room and just zip across the room, arc down over the pot, and you just crash the whole thing into the pot. Sugar, leather strip, the whole thing, and now you sort of, Blackie, for a moment, you just sort of freeze, like, anything? And no, he's got his back to you. The other two guys turn from the door, head back to their positions. Looks like the the sugar is in the
I'm
pot.
also going to add a little Old Bay and some cumin, just to kind of give it a little kick.
So they, so the sugar is all in there. Everyone just sort of holds for a minute to see what happens. And the guy who was cooking at the pot, first thing he does, he steps up and he's got a ladle and he's like stirring it, mixing it. And then there's just, you see as he stirs it, just there's bits like tufts of hair and matted, gnarliness, flesh. Some actual bits of maybe what looks like beef. It's hard to tell. And then your leather rectangle comes up, and he's like, what the hell is this? And he grabs another ladle, and he just lifts that out and just slings it onto the floor.
Nice to see there's some quality control here at PF Chang.
'Cause that is disgusting. But he continues stirring it up. So now you guys, you're in position in this room. You're all still invisible. You haven't been noticed. I guess you could hold. You need to make sure that this gets into Gore's dishes.
Yeah.
But for now, you've delivered the poison. So hopefully he eats the same soup that all the rest of his crew does. But you guys, do you have any other plans? Or are you going to just chill and see what happens?
I feel like we should watch to see if it actually does happen.
Okay.
Yeah, of
makes
course.
sense.
Okay.
So we're invisible for a while, yeah?
How long?
A little while. Invisibility is...
I set a timer on my phone.
Well, when this top stops spinning, it means we all wake up. Remember that? Hey, if you watch Inception and you take away the dream sequences, it's a movie about a bunch of people passing out in hotel rooms.
Duration. Yes, the duration is until you dispel it, basically, or until someone breaks it.
I like that.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
or 24 hours.
That's good.
So,
About the same time as my quality eyeglasses. Guys, what's going to happen next?
Let's go to a break.
Oh, well, now we'll never know.
And we're back.
Oh, thank God, now I'll know.
so you guys, I'm assuming you're not moving around and trying to regroup much because you can't see each other. Like you don't know if Brian has moved after he flipped the spoon. Did you move or did you freeze to avoid?
By now I would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you want to move to? To the exit, or are you staying up on the counter where you can watch the soup?
I love that show.
You know what's good with that show is that show Sandwich.
Crackers, that's another good show.
What about you, Blackie? Are you staying where you were? Because right now you're essentially levitating, flying actually, directly over the pot of soup. So you've got a good...
Well, here I am. I'm invisible now. I don't have to worry about anybody seeing anything I'm towing.
Right.
I'm going to head back out into the corridor and see if there's... does it look like this Gore guy is going to come back down here and get his stuff, or are they going to take it and serve it?
You can't tell. The corridor is
They're
empty.
I'm assuming they're going to serve it to him.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
knows?
thinking I would break for the door too, and at least just that way.
Let's get in the hallway anyway.
Got my back to it, and then I can watch.
Okay. All right, so then you do that. Damien does that.
Let's all meet in the hallway with our acute sense of rat smell.
Yeah, and you essentially bump into, or you hear the pitter patter of each other into Bart's team, which is at the door.
And then I run my hands over everybody's face to see who I can recognize.
And Blackie, you fly
Hello?
back over. You're levitating. I don't know. You guys could throw out some like under your breath clicks and yeah. Look over here.
Coca-Cola. Cacao.
But you post up in generally the same vicinity, and you watch the meal be prepared. It's another 30 minutes. The two guys, the soup chef and the dishwasher, go back to work, and after a little while, they have sort of prepared this chopped stuff with a side of soup.
I've had it. It's great.
They start laying out. The dish guy starts laying out dishes, and through the half hour of conversation, you gather that his name is Meigs. So they keep calling him Meigs. Is on dishes, and you don't
Meigs
have
on
a
dishes,
name.
everybody.
Meigs is the guy that threw the sperm at Jodie Foster.
Yeah, he's washing dishes now. It's terrible.
Good. With what?
So Meigs has started laying out just stacks and dozens of plates. Still separate, though, are those fine, shiny stone dishes that you're, hoping are, going to be filled with poisoned soup and go to Gore. Out in the hall, you guys see, and it's not really a threat to you because you're invisible and silent, and you're tucked in the corner, down on the floor, except for you, Blackie. You're up in the
corner, down on the floor.
Bustling activity starts to pick up as, rats start peeking their head in and smelling the food, and they're going around. There's another way around that you guys haven't been, but they start piling up on the other side of the sort of broken wall, right? Ready for
mess hall, yeah.
ready for like a prison food handout, sort of. And they start bellying up, and it gets real loud, and they're all super aggro and pushing and shoving and complaining about who's in front. But nobody gets served until the first helping of the soup. Your poison soup and the chopped stuff goes into the stone bowls, and then on his on the side of his plate of stuff, he gets like a pristine red apple on the side, and one of the first man rat in
I rub
line.
my rat balls on the apple. No. Just kidding.
He picks up the plates and he puts them on like a shitty little tray, and he walks off. So this is in a direction into like a section of the rooms that you haven't been. You've been accessing the kitchen through like the back door basically, and he's on the public side.
Can we follow him?
You could. Blackie especially would have an easy time of it because you could just fly straight through to where he's at. You guys would have to scamper up where you were, Damien, up the pile of garbage, onto the counter, over the cauldron, and out the handout window. But
Yeah, okay.
you could do that.
I'll do that.
Okay.
And you,
And we tell him we'll meet him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do your best, and you've got it on lock. So you move out, then
Yeah.
Blackie. Okay.
I'm following.
All right, then you guys run around up the pile of garbage to the cauldron. Let's roll just a real easy, since you're rats, a real easy dexterity check. It'll be a plus, we'll say a +7 dex check.
Well, I passed.
So
I'm a 13.
you could roll. You could fail that still,
Can
right?
I? Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. I was adding.
7 says 13, and you need to roll.
I got 14.
Okay.
So I totally didn't have to roll. Holy shit.
All right.
That's my lowest. I have a 9.
I was somehow adding 7 to 13 and thinking, well, that's 20. I can't beat that.
All right, so that was barely a fail, but I can't even. That number is. We're using these magic 4. Okay, so it's 4, 7, 12. So +7. Yeah. Okay, so then you didn't make it.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you roll?
A 7.
7.
7, 7 is
Oh,
14.
yeah. You made it. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, you guys both made it. So you hop up on the counter. You navigate. In fact, let me roll for your fellows. There's 4 of them.
These are fucking cool. These
Yeah. They have like tiny little inscriptions.
The numbers are very rune-like.
Rolling for your 4 henchmen. All right. 3 of your followers did real well.
Right on, guys.
One of yours, Damien, he didn't do so well. So you hop up. It's real easy.
I don't
this
care.
thing, but it's it's a little warm on your little feetsies, but it's fine. You basically run across this beam that makes up the top of the structure that supports the cauldron. No sweat. Damien, the guy immediately following you, just slips, eats shit, and fall right in the suit. Like, he falls right in the cauldron, and without just a bloop.
Oh, shit. He's dead.
And the guy behind him, bringing up the rear, doesn't have a chance to, I mean, you hear him, like, really under his tiny rat breath go, God damn it.
That's sad.
And then you guys are across.
Okay.
I lost 2 dudes?
No, you lost
just
one.
one.
You
Oh,
lost
okay.
one.
I didn't really know them.
He went out, though, like a hero. He didn't squeal. He didn't scream. He silently fell into their boiling soup. So, yep. And didn't resurface. He just went under.
Yeah, he probably
If I knew-
poisoned immediately.
Probably the freshest thing in there.
All right, so...
I praised Judas for his
oh, nice. Okay.
his bravery.
That's
And I
nice of
praised Judas.
him. For his chewing abilities.
Yeah.
So you guys hit the... you're basically at the window, and you're going to be dropping down onto the floor. Right, and this room is now, like, filled with man rats. So you're going to be dropping down and sort of scooting along the edges. You can see the door that Gore went through, but he just walked, not Gore, the server, right? And he just walked right out there. So you know where he went, but you don't have a line of sight on him at the moment.
Okay.
I do.
But you do, Blackie. You're flying along, and you swooped up over the heads of this room filled with hungry man rats.
I handle a hungry man rat.
The server,
Man rat handler. Doo-doo.
the server, he hooks a couple turns, sort of back to near where you guys were, but you're in hallways that you haven't seen before. And he stops outside of a door that just looks the same as any of the rest of these doors. But he actually takes a moment, and he sort of like straightens his crappy leather armor.
I get no rat respect.
He tries, yeah. And then he just... And he hawks a huge loogie into the fancy pants soup. And then knocks softly.
Classy place.
The door swings open at it's just sent you like an unintelligible command from inside, and you see the like a room filled with weird knickknacks. It's like sculptures and like a stuffed rats, jars filled with fluids. And there's a table, and with his back to the door, you can see the robes of the Gore, and he's hunched down there, and there's vials and steam, and who knows what he's doing, some weird dark rat ritual. And he just over his shoulder, he just gestures with one of his claws, and the server just silently goes in, sets the food down on a table next to him, and then backs out. Are you in the room or outside the room? Because he starts to swing the door shut. So
I'm going to zip in the room.
Okay.
Is there a space under the door like the other doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys aren't there just yet, but yeah, there is.
I'm just looking ahead.
Right.
I'm going to look back at those guys and like give them a big gesture like I'll be okay. Then I'm going to do a take where I realize I'm invisible and go, right.
So you swoop in, the door swings shut behind you. You guys, you head out into the hallway, sort of 50-50. You take, you make a guess, but your guess is confirmed very promptly as you see the server coming back. So he walks past you, you follow his steps back to, there's a little door that ends. This hallway ends in a door. You guys scoot under there, and you see the Gore in there, and with all his experiments and magic stuff, and the plates of food. You assume Blackie's in here somewhere, but you can't see him.
All right.
Now, this room has 2 other doors. One of them is presumably leads back to an area that connects to the spots you're familiar with, and you know which door that's off to. The way you're looking at the room at his back, it's to your left. There's a door to the right, and you don't know where that goes.
Okay.
So you guys once again post up doing a bit of like a stakeout, and minutes pass. The steam on the food goes away. It starts to cool. A bit of worry starts to creep in that he might just not eat this round of food or something. You start to sort of stress on little things, but after a moment, he still with his eyes down on the desk, focusing on whatever it is. From where you guys are, you can't tell. Blackie, you can see he's reading a book. He's got some tome in front of him, but not stopping reading the book, he slides the tray over and he just starts sloshing soup into his rat face.
And at the top of my lungs, I go, "Oh my God, it's full of mucus!"
Don't eat that. Someone's spitting it.
I'm kidding, of course. I don't do that.
There's a couple moments where you guys are so hypersensitive to the success or the failure of this mission that you're like envisioning, you're making shit up where there is not anything. There's a couple moments where he stops and you're sure that the game is up, but he's just thinking, and he just continues shoveling soup into his face, bits of chopped finger and potato, and then as his dessert,
potatoes.
He stops reading long enough to sort of admire the apple. Like he smells it, looks at it. Oh, it's just amazing. As soon as he bites it, it smells so good. The room just reeks of apple. But he eats the whole thing. So, and then just goes back to studying. You're not sure what the timetable on if the poison affects him, if it's going to be instant
How long did
death.
it take on the dog?
It was
Pig, whatever it was.
It was pretty quick.
It's pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is bigger. The dose is different.
Yeah.
It's also we'll get to that. But so are you guys
Have
holding
resistance? Yes.
Yeah, you want kill confirmation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you chill for a while.
To kill him.
He 15, 20 minutes pass. He's reading, and then his tail like lifts, and he just rips this horrendous fart. Just horrible. The room went from smelling like apples to smelling like
Just got sexy in there.
you're inside of his feces.
Nice.
And he chuckles to himself. He chuckles
If
to
I'm
himself.
inside it, I can't smell it, right?
Like a tornado or a hurricane.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the eye of the fart.
Okay.
I am fart.
But his chuckle is cut short as he suddenly he belches, and like a tiny little spurt of, it looks like maybe vomit. From where you're at, Blackie, you can see that there's some
very
blood in it.
gross.
Spits out, just slips out the corner of his mouth onto the table, and his laughter
He's probably
suddenly,
watching Rosie O'Donnell do comedy.
yeah, and suddenly his laughter sort of stops as he wipes his mouth. And he turns to the door, and he opens the door. And he shouts down the hall. He says, "Bring me," what's this guy's name? He shouts for Vincent. He's like, "Vincent, Vincent!" Another rat pops his head around the corner, and he's like, "Yes. What can I do?" And he's like, "Bring me Vincent!" And the rat just sprints away. Another couple seconds later, still drying his hands of muck, the guy that was at the cauldron, the main, like the lead cook, pops around the corner. He's like, "Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Was the food to your satisfaction?" And Gore's like, he shouts one word. He's like, "It was," and then just a gout of black blood and bile, just like a column out of his mouth. And you.
Yay.
He falls down on the floor, and he starts spasming. And Vincent hunkers down next to him, and he's
And
like,
pees on him.
no, he's like,
He masturbates? He makes a poo-poo.
No. He's trying to revive him and see if he's okay. And you see him lift up one of Gore's arms, and he drops it limply back down onto the floor.
Good. That's good.
Gore's body, his tail lifts again as like a just dead fart blasts out.
That's his
He
soul
might
leaving.
actually shit his not pants.
The final fart.
Yeah, it doesn't even smell like a fart. It smells like it's like campfire smoke. It's so whatever's happening inside is so terrible.
Death fart.
It's like that time that El Camino peeled out in front of me.
So Vincent,
My farts smell like campfires.
I'll say.
Eat at Boston Market.
Yeah, you know why? Because I want s'mores.
They smell like a campfire started with shit.
Vincent, you're waiting for him to freak out.
No, this is Vincent from the Black Hole, right?
That would be amazing. No, he seems shocked. He's stunned, and he's staring at the body of Gore, and then you hear like he starts wheezing, and he's about to like start. It looks like he's about to start crying, and the wheezing turns into a
pussy.
chuckle, and then becomes just a full on just laughter. Just cracking up at the death of Gore. Not a lot of love lost,
Right.
apparently, for the leadership here.
Great.
So
But-
he's dead now. I'm an elf again, right?
Well,
Did we win?
I kill this guy even though I'm naked, and
Wait, I want to enter my high score.
we get back to the ship with our crystals.
your guys' perspective starts to shift as you start immediately. You start growing.
Yeah.
This
My
has the
pants.
unexpected, which is good news, but it has the
Yeah, it's
unexpected byproduct of there's a decent amount of, for how close you are, there's a decent amount of noise made as you just sprout back
But is
to.
there plenty of room for us to? Are we?
You're at the end of a hall, so you went from being like 200 feet away from this to now you're 6 feet away. So he suddenly hears 3 dwarfs, a dragonborn, and and a priest of Judas, or a human, grow up, and at
And learn a
that
little something
range,
about themselves.
you can hear your arms wrestling against themselves. Your head is like blump against the ceiling. You feel Blackie's feet brushing your head. Now you're all levitating right at the end of this.
But we're still invisible.
You're still invisible, but Vincent definitely heard
That's all right.
a lot of people trying to be quiet suddenly at like 6 feet away from him.
I'll snap his neck.
I roll up command.
Okay.
Does that count as an attack?
Yeah, but
Yeah. Okay. Hey.
It doesn't matter. He sees us.
Where are we in
We're not invisible anymore.
Where are we in
Right?
relation to the room?
No, you're still invisible, but he doesn't. He sees you with his ears. He knows
You want to
somebody's
try to
down
sneak
here.
by, or I don't care
No.
at this point. Because all the other rats are all grown up now too.
Right.
Although were they in a small?
We'll get to that.
Oh Jesus! Oh shit!
Oh, this is going to be pink slimy.
No, we told them not to, right? Didn't we tell them to?
They were aware.
Yeah.
Okay, they knew their change may come.
Right.
Okay. Well, how many? So I think it's 5, right? What is
Yeah.
it?
So
Or-
command.
Hey, where are we in relation to the
Level
room
one.
with all of our stuff in it?
We should go into this guy's room, into Gore's room.
Yeah, the closest way to get, because that is near where you were first caged. The closest way to
If
get
we
back
go
to that
through
is
that
through
door-
that
the other
left door.
door, yeah.
So
Okay.
going through Gore's chamber.
Yeah.
Can I throw up a detect magic right now? That doesn't count it as an attack.
Right. Nope.
I'm going to throw it up and start doing a quick scan of this room, aerial wise.
Okay. So command only casting time is 1, so it's just shy of instantaneous. So
Is that an attack though?
Depending on what he uses it for, it will be. Yeah.
Finish soup.
Okay. Specifically, like.
I tell him to finish soup.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you wanted to make some
Single
Finnish
word
soup
though.
from
You got to
Finland.
do it in a single word.
Finish.
That may be a little vague. As much as I would love to roleplay that.
Soup.
Yeah, soup. Yeah.
Soup. Okay.
Soup, yeah.
All right. So
He starts fucking this soup. Holy shit, I have never seen a guy fuck soup like that.
as you warm up detect magic, Blackie, Damien springs into view and just shouts, and it's like the witches in Dune. It's like the word reverberates off the halls. You feel it as much as you hear it, and he just bellows out the words soup, 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 soup. So it's reverberating through the hall. And Vincent stands bolt upright. He seems horrified, and then just turns stiff-backed and walks out of sight down the hall towards the kitchen. So. Unless you want to follow him, you may not know how he interpreted your command.
No, fuck it. That was all I needed.
All right,
There'll be a lot of soup fucking down there.
And I'm also assuming all the other man rats ate the soup.
Yeah, that kitchen
they're
is
all
probably
fucking
full of dead
dead,
dudes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the next 30 minutes should be a real treat.
We need it.
Yeah, so he marches away, and what are you guys?
Let's
what's
take
the
a
plan?
quick break, and then
Okay.
we'll jump back in.
All right.
And we're back.
All right, so you guys, I think you were about to make, if I'm wrong, correct me, but you're about to make a play for your equipment.
Yes, we're going
Get
to check
back.
out Gore's room.
That's right. Detect magic is going to pop.
Yes.
Okay, so detect magic goes off, and this room lights up like a rave.
Lights up like Liza Minnelli at a
Everybody
Walgreens.
Everybody walk in slow motion.
Brian
You guys, I'm a
shakes his head.
vampire.
Yeah, this room is just you can't tell what's like potency wise, what is more powerful or
Whole
less
bunch of
powerful,
magic
but
stuff.
it's just essentially every little trinket in here has some form of magical component. So you can grab if you're looking. Are you looking to just ransack this, or it's more than you? This is like the walls of a thrift store in here.
Do I see anything that I'm familiar with? Things from my religion, or
Let me roll.
Also,
Or the
does anybody
religions
have a
I've
detect
studied.
Evil?
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
That's a Sir Richard thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is there anybody
well,
else?
I have it too, but
Check it. Unless then you can find some evil stuff. if
well, I
you want.
am evil. But am I evil?
Damien,
Yes, I fucking
you-
am.
You recognize an amulet that isn't an amulet of Judas, but it is. You recognize it as being from a sect, a fellow Judas worshiping sect, not your sect necessarily.
Gotcha.
This is like the Jehovah's Witness of Judas versus the Baptists.
Okay.
But it is a Judas worshiping amulet.
Okay.
But that's the thing. The thing that sort of catches your eye.
Okay.
So you can grab that. It's a necklace if you
Yes.
wanted to. Okay.
Do I see anything Dragonbornian?
Do I know anything about it other than what you just told me?
No. No. You don't see anything Dragonbornian. You could just do like a crapshoot and grab some stuff.
Yeah. What do I see?
Well, if you want to do that, there's no
decide.
weapons, but I will roll randomly to see because these things all fall under the categories of necklace, amulets, pendants,
All right.
and also little things like tiny taxidermy
Any flails or
creatures
staffs?
and No weapons in here. Just
Any
like a walking
scrolls?
stick or
Any vials of things? Any potions? Or
there's vials by the dozens.
Yeah.
You'd have to. You could grab, say, 10 of them and just shove them into.
Might as well, right? Let's load up on vials. We haven't checked out.
You don't have any pockets.
Oh yeah,
you
we
guys
don't have
are.
anything.
well, you can
We will
store them
soon.
from under.
We'll just drink them all.
Roll and drink
Hey,
'em.
that's a fun game. Drink
Drink the potion.
Drink Gore's potions and see what happens. So you could grab those scrolls and books. Wise, there's the book he was reading is open, and on the back side of his desk, there's another 4 books, and then there's a like an earthen jar, and sticking out of that is 4 scrolls.
Is there any sort of a blanket or robe or cloth around?
No
sort of
no
sheet.
robes or
Those 4 scrolls are in my
box?
hand.
Okay.
Is there a box?
You could. Well, he just pulled the scrolls out of the earthen jar.
Okay, I'll put some vials in the jar.
Okay.
And maybe a pendant or some sort of thing.
All right. You're just going to fill
You
it up.
Tell me
as-
what I randomly grab.
You're going to fill it up as quickly as you can.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I'm going to keep track of this. Hold on. Let me make some notes here.
You never know when something might come in handy.
Do we recognize the language? Is there any markings on these tubes of stuff?
Nothing's labeled. This is all just weird.
All right.
Weird
awful.
rat hoarder
It looks
place.
this looks like the Chainsaw Massacre basement sort of.
Okay.
It's pretty terrible.
Some bone chimes.
So right now I have Damon
Nice
has
bone
grabbed
chime is
the
always
Judas pendant, and I have Blackie carrying 4 scrolls.
I'm gonna look and see if there's any
You can carry those in one hand, so you have another hand if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm also looking around to see if there's if I can grab a handful of rings or something. Are there any kind of clothing here? Any sort of like?
No, there's no clothing, but there is just junk laid out on shelves, so you could scoop some of these off if you wanted. You're looking. There's not like a pile of rings, but there's you're able to quickly pick out the areas where there's a ring here, a ring there.
I'm just gonna grab rings.
Okay, so I'm
Grabbing
gonna roll
rings.
randomly right now.
I'm going to have a jar of random shit.
So that's. I just rolled, so you're able to quickly.
I'm also grabbing stuff that looks to like I'm gonna use my my taste and my common sense. I'm gonna try to grab stuff that looks like it might be important. If it's like necklaces, if it's amulets, stuff that looks elven.
Okay.
Anything that looks like it might have anything to do with stars or space. You know,
Okay.
that's my field of
Yep.
Just remember Indiana Jones
Expertise.
and the Holy Grail.
All right, so then I'm gonna
simpler
say.
the better. Yeah. Carpenter's Cup.
All right, so nothing you see is that specific. It's all dirty, dusty, cobwebby, random trinkets. You find 7 rings. Obviously, unless you wear them, you can't carry them. And I'm assuming you don't want to put them on yet, or you could.
It's the Mandarin.
It could be fun.
Yeah, that's what I was
You could also put those in there's cups of odds and ends. You could fill a little cup and carry those, but you'll run out of. That'll be basically 2 hands worth.
Does this guy what's he wearing? I mean, he's dead now. Does he have pouches or anything, or are there pouches lying around? Something I could tuck some stuff in.
So he's wearing his red robe.
There you go.
And he's got underneath that is just a belt with a stiletto.
I was thinking to fill in the robe with stuff.
That's
Making a bag out of that.
from his.
That's why I was thinking there's a robe or cloth
yeah,
or
you could do
sheet.
that. That he's just outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it against my my code to carry that dagger? I know normally priests don't have carry weapons.
You could carry it, but you wouldn't want to use it
Why not?
because priests use blunt weapons. They don't believe in piercing.
All right.
Even Judas.
Okay.
Although Judas has a couple piercings.
I say we just load a bunch of shit in this robe.
Yeah, somebody take
I'll
that
carry
dagger. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I forgot about his robe. So you're stripping him. Okay, so then Damien, are you carrying the knife? Or don't care?
No. Well, I flash it to anybody.
Just throw it in the robe.
You're making a robe bag.
Yeah.
All right, so Bart is...
Throw it in our bindle.
You bail the earthen jar then for a better
I'll
carrying...
put that in the robe.
Okay.
With whatever the shit I threw in there.
All right. Blackie... Okay, so now Bart has a robe sack. I'm having to keep track of this as we go. All right. Blackie, you found 7 rings. What are you doing with those?
I'm going to... hey, is there a piece of rope anywhere? Is there like a cord? Maybe a little piece of string or something?
His belt, I guess.
He has no necklace or amulet or
He's
anything.
not wearing anything. Yeah.
Well,
Are you thinking of trying to...
Shoelaces?
Yeah, is there like a necklace or something that one of these things I can grab? I'm going to grab whatever pings the loudest magic-wise, and I'm going to sling all the rings around it and...
okay.
If
you
want,
know what? And I'm
if
going to
you want,
wrap it around my wrist.
Right.
Necklace.
Because I can carry it in the robe if you want. I'm happy to carry your stuff for you.
Necklace with 7 rings on it. But it's around your wrist.
Yeah, not properly activated.
Right.
It's
That's
not
good.
a
That's
wristless, am I right?
All right, and then the robe sack, you're just going to sweep as
Yeah,
much
I'm going to
in.
maybe sweep a shelf
All right,
or two
I'm just
in
going
there.
to roll randomly then
All right.
to see. And I'll just roll till the bag is full.
Okay.
Because there's more in here than you could fit.
Right.
So you just...
Unless I get a bag of holding, it's part of the things I'm grabbing.
Right, yeah.
Then I'll
So
ask
you
for
guys
3
are...
more wishes.
You got Blackie and Damien are daintily window shopping, and then there's just a crash as Bart folds the robe up, ties the corners off, and starts sweeping shelves of shit into the bag. So you're gonna go.
It's like one of those...
Do I see anything I want to
like
add?
supermarket
to the bag?
yeah, shopping spree things.
Nothing specific, just random stuff.
Extreme
The only thing that
couponing.
really grabbed your attention was that
Which I already
Judas symbol.
took. Yeah, I took that.
Okay, so you go 15.
Oh, you know what else I'm gonna do now that I'm
Potions.
big again? I'm gonna ping out a little Star Goyle.
Okay. Hold on one sec.
He might recognize me
Sure.
now that I'm not a rat again.
Get all the books, and then you have. Okay, so here's what you ended up with at the end. You have a robe sack. You have 15 vials of potion, 15 potions basically that.
Mr. Pharmacist.
No way of telling what they are unless you get them to a professional.
He's the one they call Dr. Feel
You have
Good.
4 books, including the one that was on the table, so you guys will be able to pour over those later. You have 8 necklaces / amulets. And then you have 12. And this is, I'm just calling this miscellaneous because this includes there's a statue of what looks like a winged demon. There's 2 tiny little skeletons that are mounted, and it looks like they're embracing.
Do I recognize those?
No, this is just really random shit. But it is glowing magical, so you're not sure what it means. But you have 12 miscellaneous, and just call them statues. / stuffed creatures. The equivalent of shrunken heads, but there's not an actual shrunken head. Just weird little,
Taxidermy. Shit.
ritualistic remains, it looks like. And then Blackie, you're carrying 4 scrolls in one hand, and on your wrist you have a necklace with 7 rings threaded onto it.
Yes.
And Damien, you have a Judas pendant. And you're wearing that, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went on the second I found it.
All right.
And I thank Judas for it.
Okay. When you just mentally thank Judas for it, it doesn't visibly change at all, but you feel it warm against your chest.
I just got a chub.
You guys do this all. This took a little while in real time, but in game time, this happened within like 2 minutes tops. So
Great.
Just trashed this place.
Let's roll.
And pinged Stargoyle. And you hear mentally, you hear very faintly, just like Stargoyles at the bottom of a well. You just hear just very faintly. You're not sure. It's basically confirmation of life, but you have no idea on his location. You can't understand what he's saying. It seems very distant, but he's responded. So
Bright light.
I'm just telling him, here I am.
all right.
Come and get me. I'll meet you halfway.
Rock me like a hurricane.
I should also say that you did this once before and got a little answer, but this time it's a little clearer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
yeah.
Okay.
So something is definitely developing on the Stargoyle front. All right. So now you
Good.
guys are heading back. You're going to go
Gonna
through that
get
left
our,
door.
We're going to get our shit.
Okay.
Yep.
So two rounds have passed. This all just was like super fast. As you open the left door, and remember, Bart, you and Blackie are both still invisible, and Blackie, you're still
I'm
flying.
flying. I'm up against the ceiling.
Damien is wearing nothing but a Judas pendant.
What? I got naked again when I became the rat? We all
Well,
did.
you-
Commander.
Yeah, because you guys were rat naked.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Rat naked. I can see.
As you open this hall, you recognize that this is a chunk of the hallway that you've seen before, and down the hallway, just a little ways. Before it would have seemed like miles. Now you're back to it's just like 40 feet to the intersection. You see man rats with weapons drawn, just charging. Crossing the hall you're in. They don't notice you, Damien. They're just charging left towards the kitchen.
Got
And
it.
you hear the sound of just pitched battle now. There's like battle cries. You hear dwarven voices.
Nice.
Rats squealing, the clash of blades. You also see...
Must have been you yelling soup.
As you stare
some
down
good
this
soup.
hall, you see that the walls are almost like
Alive with the sound of music.
well, sort of like Sam Raimi, the light bulb in Evil Dead. Right, the walls are just out of tiny filament thickness cracks. The walls are dripping blood, and the edges of the floor where the wall meets the floor is pooled in red blood. So it looks like. All of a sudden, it looks like somebody exploded in here, and you're not sure what that means technically. But the walls are covered in blood. The floor is pooled in.
And I just
crimson.
cleaned.
Are we going towards the fight or no?
So the way you want to go is the way that you just saw the rats running from. So you're looking down this hall, and about halfway down this hall, which ends in a T intersection, halfway to that intersection, there's a cross hall.
Okay.
You want to turn right, and the man rats were running to the left. So
Okay.
you wait a sec, try and time it so there's a beat, and you run up there. You peek to the right, and you see that this little hall connects you to where you were imprisoned. There's no rats in sight, so you hustle on in. You kick the door open, and you're standing in a room filled with shelves. The same room that you crept into so silently not so long ago, and it's filled with all your stuff. So.
I'm going to get my stuff.
I'm going to get my stuff.
All right.
Tuesday.
Hoping that it's all there.
Also, Mildred's going to get her stuff.
Yes.
All right.
Richard is not going to get his stuff.
No. It's we can cover what you find and what's there next time, but I guess this is
Yeah, let's call it.
all right.
Dang.
one.
Blaine, any big guests coming up at midnight? Anything you want to plug? Or
No. Please watch at midnight on Wednesday, though. Paul F. Tompkins will be on. He's always fun.
Such a funny show.
And you were awesome on at midnight.
Dude.
It was a blast.
And you deserve to win. You were so goddamn funny that night.
I just had all the answers. That's
Spoiler,
all.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was last Thursday. Me and Blaine and Patton.
Yeah, I
It was
know that.
so fun.
That happened.
And the best shit is on the extras.
Oh yeah, I actually,
some of the other stuff we said that didn't make it on the show was killing me.
Yeah, it was fun. It was the first show I think that got a petition to get everything released.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going to try to put some stuff online. I hope.
Oh,
It'll
nice.
be fun. Oh, and today
There
we
were
had
so many extras. I mean, we just would not shut up.
Sure.
You know, the three of us together. It was
Why would you?
Fucking so fun.
and I just saw Shatner today. He was recording something. So,
awesome.
and his giant John head.
I'm home most of April.
So he'll be appearing in the kitchen.
Yeah, come see me in my backyard. But then I will be at C2E2. I believe it's the 25th.
Where are you?
With
Over here.
with Kyle Kinane, Dan Telfer, and Jeremy Essick.
Wow, that's a good lineup.
Really good show.
Dan Telfer is head of our research department at Midnight, and he's a great guy. He's super funny.
I would guess the funniest head of a research department there's ever been. The guy is hilarious. I've seen him do his dinosaur bit before. If you haven't, seek that out. It's got to be online somewhere. He's got to put that up.
I've seen Bobby Slayton do his dinosaur bit. It's called His Act. I'm fucking with you. I just pulled his name out of my ass.
Oh, be nice to Slayton.
I know, he's nice.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com